Hey class, here we're talking about butter versus margarine. All right, we obviously talked about some of the issues with margarine and the hydrogenating, unhydrogenated fats, right? And the trans fat that's associated with that and the dangers that are associated with that. But let's take a look. Let's first talk about butter, right? So more natural source. What butter is the cream from making milk. It comes to the top, so it's like the pure fat that comes off of the milk product. And from there, you can see in 1 tablespoon, you'll get 102 calories, right? Don't let the kcal mess you up there. Like, calories are actually kilocalories, so it's 1,000 calories, but we just refer to them as a calorie. Don't get confused if you see the K in front of the calorie symbol. But and then 11 grams of that will be fat. 7 grams are from saturated fat, so the majority of it, right? And then we look at there is some natural forming trans fat that happens in animal products on occasion based on like kind of what they eat and whatnot. And then cholesterol, because we know that it is a animal product, right? And then we slide over here, we look at a stick of margarine, right? Again, same amount of calories, same amount of fat, right? But we look at saturated fats and we get 2 grams. We know that because we are hydrogenating like a corn oil or some other sort of oil, right, to make that. And then with that, we get the association of a trans fat. And here we get 3 grams. And we know that like no amount of trans fat is really anything we want to take in, right? And the third option is this tub margarine, right? Again, 1 tablespoon, 60 calories, 6 grams of fat, right? 1 gram of saturated fat and 0 to like 0.5 grams of trans fat. So when we're looking at this, we're just, we get like half the calories, we get half the total fats, we get significantly less saturated fats and a pretty low amount of trans fat. And the reason that is because tub margarine doesn't have to take the same, or it doesn't have to be as firm as like a stick margarine, right? So they leave it, they don't have to, they can use more water, right? So it's more water based when they're making it. So it's a little bit less dense, right? It might not give you the same texture, but it'll give you the taste that you're looking for if you have to have butter. Now, if we were going to pick a winner, look, the natural source is always better, but you know, the tub margarine is a pretty good option here. You'd have to look at the labels and see which company is making it and read the nutritional facts. Like, some are a lot better than others, right? So if you feel the need, like, certainly look into it. You know, what do you use butter for? Well, let's talk about like the number one, putting it on bread. That's probably the most common thing we do. You know, you could certainly replace it doing it like the Mediterranean style, like using olive oil. So yes, I'm still taking in fat, but what am I doing? I'm taking in an unsaturated fat, right? Which is going to be much healthier for me. What about baking? Well, you know, there's not a whole lot of options when you're coming to baking. Maybe cooking, you could, instead of using butter, you could use like a non-stick or like an avocado oil spray or something along those lines. You know, putting on top of like pancakes or waffles, you know, like it certainly can be avoided. You're already going to load it up with syrup is my guess. And, you know, a lot of people are going with like peanut butters or other options on top of those things just to try to make it a little bit healthier. So anyways, when you're talking about like butter versus margarine, like better to replace it all with like a much healthier source. But if you're looking, you know, small amount of butter, yeah, okay. Or tub margarine if you're really looking at using a lot, right? So take a look, read the labels, and make sure you know what you're putting in your body. Thank you.